Okay. So let's see, as my technology catches up here, quick pitch for what we're doing. If you're new to this group, welcome. We get together once a day, Monday through Friday, just for a few minutes a day, and we do the audacious thing, which is to flex our positivity muscles, so our neurology, our physiology, and the idea is just to say, if we don't put some intentional effort into feeling good and making sure that we carve out the time and space to do that. And it's kind of unrealistic to expect that, you know, life will feel good in the long run. So this is our our attempt at doing that. And it's just a few minutes a day. So um yeah, and hopefully today will be a good example of that. So today's theme is humor. So do not take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. Yeah, and I know I have this tendency when I get into stuff, be it the political situation or conversations with people about, Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Trump, you name it. Like, there's this tendency that I have where I get, I want to be heard, and I want the other person to take me seriously, and then I find myself quickly getting into the space where I've lost a sense of humor or a sort of a softness around my ability to communicate about whatever is going on. And for the most part, it doesn't really lead to it. It doesn't up the odds of connection with the other person, right? So the more hardened we get and the more serious we get, yeah, it just gets in the way of actually being able to relate to others. And of course, it really counts when it comes to our own sort of this self-deprecating sense of who we are and what we do, and taking ourselves too seriously. That can also lead to a lot of heartache, a lot of drama. And so today's session is in the spirit of saying, let's see what would happen if we can notice when we take ourselves so seriously and our opinions matter so much and we're so convinced that we're so right. And what if we could lean into that with a little bit of a smile and a sense of humor and be like, oh, yeah, there I go, taking myself so seriously, and I'm so important, and everything that I think is so everyone else should rally around that, and see what happens if we can relax around that a little bit. So let's try it out. So close your eyes. Just notice breath coming and going. No matter how hard you try, eventually you'll start breathing again. So you hold your breath, you forget to breathe because you're really wrapped up in something. At some point, the body will say, yeah, wait a second. I got this thing that I got to do. It's called breathing. So let's see what it's like to just acknowledge that the body knows what it's doing, and just to bear witness to this capacity to take care of ourselves, to infuse the body with oxygen, expel CO2. There's this whole thing that's going on all the time that has a huge impact on our well-being, our ability to do the things we want to do. So let's just give some space to appreciating that the body is breathing all the time and is taking care of us. We're flexing our mindfulness muscle here and just noticing. Typically, the body breathes anywhere from 14 to 16 or 17 times a minute. My guess is for the most part, we don't even notice it's happening. It's just something that's happening for us or to us. And until we're out of breath, we don't even really appreciate the body's ability to just breathe. Now let's intentionally lean into our sense of humor and levity. So think of something that's really important to you, some kind of a political stance that you have or an opinion that you have that is just really foundational and central to who you are. And maybe bring to mind a recent conversation that you were having with someone about this value or this idea that you hold on to so tightly. And notice what's it like in the body when you're expressing yourself and you really want this person to take you seriously, to acknowledge what you have to say. This is really important. Like, what's it like in the body when you're in that space? And these days, at least I'm finding there's no shortage of things for me to take really seriously and get really attached to. I need people to get my point of view about this or that political situation, whatever it might be. And just notice what it's like to be in that space, the intensity of it. And what if you could take a step back and gain some perspective and realize that we're all just a bunch of hairless apes on this rock that we call Earth, spinning through space. There are literally hundreds of billions of stars and galaxies out there, trillions of them. And here we are, so sure and so fixated on no, 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 this person needs to, absolutely has to understand what it is that I'm saying right now. I need them to get this. And I need it right now, today. I think good comics, the court jester, they've always had this ability to sort of hold up the mirror and say, hey, look at how ridiculous this is. You're getting so bent out of shape over this thing that you're attaching to. And just realize like the bigger context. So maybe bring to mind someone that you think is funny or has a good sense of humor. Be a comedian that you like, or it could be a family member who always seems to have the right thing to say at the right time. And just notice what it's like to lean into the sense of just relaxing around these points of view that we hold, maybe smiling, maybe even laughing at the absurdity of it all. And maybe this holds true for you as well, but I have a core group of guy friends, and we laugh a lot. Mostly what we're laughing about is we recognize in each other that we're all caricatures of these certain archetypes. I'm like this classic German guy who's kind of methodical about certain things, but completely absent in other parts of my life. And then there's other friends of mine who just exude certain personality traits, and we can just kind of look at each other and find the humor in being able to say, yeah, of course, you would be doing that, or you would be responding to this situation in the way that you do, because that's you. So the humor is not letting us off the hook, but it's more of an embracing of who we actually are and finding the levity and the humor in sort of being caricatures of ourselves as we go through life. It's about letting go and taking things a little less seriously. Take a deep breath in, long, slow breath out. You're just relaxing the chest and the belly and the neck, shoulders. Hold the out breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose. Really long, slow, intentional out breath. Just letting go. And hold the out breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Yeah, so the invitation here is to remember to not take yourself too seriously and realize that one of my favorite phrases is everyone's a bozo on the bus. We're all kind of riding shotgun on this thing called life. And if we can remember that, for the most part, in my experience, things seem to get a whole lot more fun and pleasant instead of us white knuckling it and holding on to stuff as if it's so important and so serious. So anyway, hope that sets the tone for your weekend. See you on Monday, hopefully. Thank you, everyone.